I'm so grateful to God. Look, nyame wo kwa ofaso ehira ne ma. Hey, is there not the same woman who held the whole NPP tradition to ransom? Samami way.
Parliament.
Samami way. Some you no cry kamedim hu bete. Uni mentia me you no kamedim hu bete.
There be catch me.
Anya mami we na Yakob pe mami bia yesi of self-time or to say no and then call parliament e go represent you.
Chairman say mo no duku.
Super, anya mami we
no.
Now so obviously you have held a whole government to ransom by insisting say someone mommy majority deputy I will not show up. That 37 137 138 you feel the impact of my absence. This woman,
yeah,
look, say anka obuade efere adia, like she will not even show up. I can't only let him cry and call you baby. Because only baby.
Debbie.
Only baby.
Debbie.
Look. Say we delegate. Na say we tie mami ya. You should be extra motivated never to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on the 31st of January. Me na me catch it because these are the sort of people like Omodi Papanechi. They are not thinking about the masses, about how the youth of this country are suffering. What the minister? Close to 6 years.
Yeah.
Is that the only position you can have? There's a one minister only did. 7 presidents are you numb her. Yeah, kasa ye juma ye koba eta nyame gusu boy humba etra ye ni pa o.
The son of person chire.
We are nobody. We don't deserve to be elevated. We don't deserve to step into the next realm of life.
Yes.
We should keep ourselves submerged. Oh, Bible or phone so.
Coach Nyawotre.
Oh, Bible or phone so.
Coach Nyawotre.
Oh, maybe so. I don't want sorry.
Coach Boko Coach no me Bible wa hana mi.
Coach Nyawotre mo ba
Proverbs 22:7. Proverbs 22:7.
Coach you dey kasa de beba.
What will be? This is the sort of people who want to see the youth of this country continue to slave for survival.
I say Proverbs 22:7. I say the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender.
Yes. Because he's so selfish, she will always want to be there for the delegate of MPP and the youth and the grassroots of MPP to remain below her.
Na che say o de coach mu a.
Aba
say adefo no be so.
Adi
ahiafo no so. Na ahiafo no be so abobesia efi adefo no.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Nkumu obetimi aye translation pa.
Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is giving hope to the hopeless.
Wow.
He's giving future to the youth. He's promising them jobs. Not blind job, but seeable job, practical jobs. Things that are feasible, that can be done within the shortest possible time. This woman is telling the people of Ghana, the women of Ghana, that they should not vote for somebody who guarantees the future of their children.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Because the person will not make it.
Because you will be made
interest.
a minister.
Yes.
And Timor, dang! No wonder she did what she did to Nanado and his government. No wonder she did what she did to the great NPP tradition. I feel I'm a man. Now we shouldn't name what bunny. Allah, she's black. Now, very aggressive.
Yeah.
The level of bitterness, the degree of bitterness, I mean, legendary. Look, I'm not used to seeing a woman this bitter speak the way she spoke before. You are not even appealing to your own delegate. Internally, you lost the election woefully. One said she should have lost 4 years and you're honorable. Honorable to the car, a stormy Dominic at her request. She practically begged the man. The former honorable one, look, we were here. And the honorable sorry waka. That's a man. Papa who call him. Osi Adwoa friend Osi Mama do Domi Kwabenya. She's losing the seat to this same Makokwe Junior. This woman. Look, nipa ya di papa ma wo.
Osayi.
Na say one danasia.
One yina ya.
One yina ya.
Men say ni di.
Mpenifo bu baby say.
Super.
Obi tru wo kohwe nkwa.
Yen hwe
And this is a clear case of what she's doing.
That beautiful girl and that beautiful son are only honorable. One.
Yeah.
I'm very sure. No matter how young they are, they have spoken to their mother. After this
Video.
they would have called their mother and said, Mom,
Sir.
I'm telling
Of
you.
course, Mr.
I would have done that. I've seen the children before. They are very intelligent and smart. I've seen them before. They would have called their mom.
So enkwara na omo mami face challenges wo ho no. Omo
Oh, me see, okay.
say daddy, papa and support them.
If you don't come and support our mother,
They know the weight of their father.
she's gone. And Obia Oti Domi Kwabenya, oh yeah, NPP delegate. Sasem na meka wa ano. Omomo nim no krene wo. Honorable Drew Domi Kwabenya. Asame no kai. Look, it was so beautiful.
And that's why
He just he walked to where the delegates went, told them to follow me. He just look, and Makokwe, don't say, Professor Makokwe has never forgiven
Honorable Ken. Yes.
because at that time the NPP as a political party had a better chance of winning the seat.
Yes.
No wonder we won the seat.
Yes.
Than when Makokwe finally got a chance to win it. That is where our fortunes echo. But for Honorable Makokwe would have at least been in parliament for 4 years.
That's the 20.
Adwoa Safo would have been, she stands there and she brags that she's been in parliament for 12 years. That 12 should have been 8 years.
8. Yeah.
She knows it. From afar. We know what goes on, but we don't want to talk. The idea they are pushing some of us now to show our face in some of these things. Jesus Christ. Because of your political career. Because of what you stand to gain. You see, when we sit here and we said, everybody, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former vice president, about 95% of them are greedy and selfish. And nothing did you. They are only thinking about themselves.
Okay.
They are not thinking about the youth of this country. They are not thinking about the youth of this country. And we will not allow that to happen. Ghana from Mamba Wani Mrantiano. We will not allow that to happen. Look, this woman, the least said about her, the better.
Okay.
After today, me betnaha and Bonnie didn't grab you. Maybe she doesn't deserve my voice. This quality voice, this pragmatic voice, this very dominant voice. I don't need to be using my voice to talk about Adwoa Safo. Adwoa Safo, Honorable Adwoa Safo. You're not appealing to anybody. Now it will be shocking. Look, she said something that speaks volumes. Bro, you see, it speaks volumes of the character and the leadership quality of the man. She said, on line of principle, Honorable will not give her the job.
The man she knows.
I see, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, that I know. You see, it's a positive testimony. That's a role the man is. That is why we vote for him.
Honorable Ken, the problem or what MPP party no nyina ne say. Omo nim say papa we. Say eyefita, obeka say eyefi. Honorable only time to like
massage
is it incompetence is incompetence. Competence is competence. That is
Look, what she said apart from her unfortunate selfishness and greed, there were certain things that she said that speaks volumes of Honorable. Now we are delegate. Is this not the sort of person you want to be your president?
Principled person.
Principled person. Adia esefata wono usambeka.
And obey.
We would be a woman usambeka.
So it's a huli.
Remember how many times have we, look, that's why I made you read Proverbs 22 verse 7.
Yes.
They want the delegate to continue to be their slave. Almost sorry biana. I'm quite Adwoa Safo.
Kofu kutom chance.
Yes, and right, to check a crowd on me.
We were all created in the image of God.
Okay.
And in the sight of God, we deserve equal respect and opportunity. You've had your opportunity. You've had your opportunity. We don't want to go into that. At the time, you were deserving of the position. But we need Gami, we're not going to know you. Oh, you're four. Oh, you're four kabubaya. Show suko ban.
Nakai.
But who offended do because
that is why she's not in parliament. But that is one of the this is the biggest constituency in Ghana.
Yes, yes. In terms of numbers.
And until this election, the MPP has always won that seat hands down. Who saw who down with it? Any nipa na who did the thing who support him? She said what? Was Dr. Bawumia the finance minister? Look, don't say that because when you say some of these things, you irritate some of us.
Oh, how?
Yes, mechanical.
How? Coach, how?
No, be a oshi misika. Anything I message, nyame be chira. Who said? Oka say, now Dr. Mamu Bawumia on your finance minister and to blame me na nyeye. And now we there. Who you born?
Tape na. Oka said the
Inflation,
government has
we have done better. Monetary policy, we have done better. We have done better. Who was
better?
At the time, he wrote over 170 plus questions for the late vice president.
172.
Mr. Atano.
Yeah.
Mr. Atano. Now he was the finance minister.
Not at all.
No, stop saying that. When you say that, minimum. Juma echo retirement, benefit, retirement benefit. This man supervised. Say omusika beshi. Me musika eshin. Now no ka You bring him. Me personally, I will not vote for him. I'm telling you. I can never forget. I can never forgive anybody. Me see the pain. I can never forgive anybody who made my sweat became useless. I trusted you with the economy. Nanado told all of us that the reason for bringing you are a guru in the area. Come and man. That was another come I said. Obi say Adwoa Safo say, Nisika and Shio. Because they were told. So they withdrew their money and took it where they wanted to take it. You're innocent, ordinary Ghanaian. You can't see.
You name the Eba.
You're not name the Eba. Yet Tisa didn't say, hey, me call banker. I said, look, take your investment. Give me my principal money. He said, no. He said, I couldn't tell you the figure involved.
Yeah.
I can't say it. Because the more I say it, the more angry I get. And the more reason why Coach Nimri, I can never vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia if the MPP were to elect him today. Enye Juma. Me too. Me ye Ekuya too. Me mami too. Me sisters too. Look, let's call the spade a spade. Today is the 15th of December.
Yeah, Coach Sifom Namin Komra.
Nyame be yadom. 31st now on the 31st of January, by the time about 7 p.m.
What question do?
Honorable Adwoa Safo, she will sit in her room and she will see us celebrate the next president of Ghana.
Okay.
And that will be His Excellency, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong.
Inshallah.
You are a John.
Inshallah.
You are a stamping.
Namia Shirano. Namia Stamposo.
Nobody born of a woman will change that destiny. Nobody born of a woman will change that destiny.
Yes.
Okay. The ordinary Ghanaian. We are all waiting for Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Adwoa Safo. They say me there I say. Say Honorable in 10.
One fanan kanitim.
Come on.
All right. I know I coach Christopher Nimri and all the Tasmanian politicians are. Make a comment.
It can't be correct. Mr. Coach on that.
Our patches are some
Kabuame. I was near a and it said, on said the early concession in 2024 by Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. And in some way, a buy na enche cry and Honorable Kennedy Agyapong echo a year Chebi and an MPP delegate Kasano Kase. Look, Sir Menamidi MPP party name in 2024 early concession not menyeda because minimia a deba. After that early concession no and niama a course ya G6 bebre. If we MP sananka womunyina ebetimi ede numbers abeka MPP dia ho ya jomu seat nyina from nsem because nia odi animu no aka akire mu omo aka nyina ne say look etuo akame nti eba ne sa no we fa ha na we afa ha na we afa ha ama party no emu agija besi ne MPP fo guso omo seat nanse ya de akra de pandai and womaji e de free ensem na sasem na Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ekaye no obehwe na we aso ha na we abeka sei na we abeka sei na enafofo kra betodwa ene se the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party Lawyer Justin Kobia from Pong and ababonten watch say bo say early concession bi ebaso ewo bia Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and lead ya and you non kwana de nemom it was the entire leadership of the party and kwaje saade no etum ansa no kache Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia se ko na kwana kwaje tum na yese hwema pade eya na efata ni wura no Lawyer Justin Kobia from Pong echo Asempa FM oni minua obi osebonsu lawyer eno mu kwehia yo mu di nkomo eno koka asasem no na nsa na mabedwafo bebe mu no ma yentie sa nkomo no na afa yemra.
You believe like some people in your party believe say this whole issue is with constituency elections across board because of early concession of my flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in 2024 o just asem ni dey.
You see obi obeka sa asem bia me ne nyaadwe
but what your mic ni
obi obeka sa asem ne nyaadwe
adentia
mamon fa enhye se Dr. Bawumia e na transe a ono kwa aka se wonko
say oko concede.
Yes no kwa na transe wo kan party no transe penifo a omo matter stakeholders o matter no motiwo
the decision for the early concession
decision whether it was right or it was wrong and not Dr. Bawumia kwa adwene and the party ni na stakeholders o mo nyina and they take this decision. Let's be fair. It does not matter say open asem but asema enyo no kwa de me mo bin kan to no so strong room was that the situational room me kase me body a penifo bo nya ye transe election ye to about Saturday by 8 p.m. they won the results na ko if I nipa de bi kwa no mo susu say kanadwena Saturday na nadwena no ko won jintum
only clear
nem ka say there bi
you were in that meeting.
I was in that meeting am ka say there bi mo ntwen because your constituency bi ha yenyan wi if anything kwa yenko next day can say akwa kama ka that day na kanadwena no ka ojitum so but nyina echi the rationale behind it say there is not tension ewo on memoir now we akoto aba no hu say bi one dim kunim obobo abraka say okay and the memo man mu ai de tension be tuma koso amafo akoma betu ama mo hwe TV ama bibi ha omo dwuro man e basabasi obesi Ghana ho boni ba besi Ghana ho. It was in good spirit and at that meeting no omo kan Dr. Bawumia Agyapong say oman nti oman asun gwenti but obusa me say in 2028 looking at what happened said the nkofo fa so a omo assess normal wo ho no. I also ask you the same question say what is the guarantee say kade check omo nye dom koye no what should because I didn't nkofo plan say omo di bone
Baba in the considerations and sana moba to the decision on early concession more consider the potential of what can happen at coalition centers in constituencies.
Oh, of course.
More consider.
Of course.
Because as I consider earlier, it's me my opponent, no, that we say among coalition centers.
It was a discussion now. You show all factors all factors.
And you still thought say early concession was good.
All factors of course under that circumstances. So we can take a decision, you may be right, you may be wrong.
Yeah.
But you can't single out one person and say or no and or cut sense or as if so continue fee and no quite journey and no cast as him. And I said will be cow so general secretary to be an casa workers and no. Come near to Obia small can be an as a funny damning. In Mobia as
that meeting was strong room.
Oh, strong woman cemetery as a funny damning will be a small can be a minimum. The more be a fan question say on the car say Wakoja to say it was a decision. And Koya is to take collective responsibility, say decision and what.
Given another opportunity, would you advise an early concession?
Say do 2028 I do a better.
Based on
no man say do a better. They do 2028 elections behind in dynamics. Maybe
yes.
They do a better. Because at least I'm happy say you can't Oma Bakosema, people will mention say at this point, MPP take it this time. Fall backs in the end, we can have that discussion later on. And Obi no say what the penny will be some no decision you take a favor. But it will not be fair, say we be yashing Pabako for.
You believe
All right, and the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Lawyer Justin Kobia Frimpong. Anna Orka said, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia ano the New Patriotic Party amanyoko nanimuno. Enyo no kwa na dwen si enko jintum. Na mom eye party leadership ni na ehiraye. Se ne besio sini nyina no mo dwen nyina hu se o. Ma yenko ne enko jintum. Nti de asibia no mu nim se ebesi. Eno na asem nie. Political za opani nkomani ni.
Mr. Nkum.
Yes sir.
Maame fan chiama mian kasa minua lawyer Justin Kobia Frimpong, the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Lawyer baby awo awie bia me chiawo na men kasa Nyankopon kan ho no nhye wo den. Mr. Nkum.
Yes sir.
Edru baby na se utie sede mian kasa minua lawyer Justin Kobia Frimpong responded to Niamabia. Na why you disappointed say one kasa MPP ni how? Hey, na New Patriotic Party General Secretary plan na new opportunity no kasa say. General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, and he's justifying and the Senate come meeting. You see the kind of mediocrity leading the New Patriotic Party. You see the kind of mediocre people you do about and penny force omuni MPP any. Edu maybe a dey be catch up Mr. Nkum say we youth no opportunity gain other youth who say we ni ya e mama bunu akana ni mote. One year so that say kwame asumani mi yimi ti say me purpose mi o party ni mu a ye beka se ye de ma mo no mo ntumi anye eno ne papa ya ni tiri ho apa wa ayi o de saying he fa so kwa adanse aso kwa MP na oga say Ghana mabunu no o mo ntumi ni adwuma Katie Hamo wo sa na mo semo a o mo kan ye na say justified
ti mane nka no kura nkyere Ghana
no kura be na Kobia ti ho a walking Omo Ankasa no Emmanuel looking so useless as MPP General Secretary. And to Okasa, you means no mje tu muzo, we should clap for you. Who said Obi Bisani Nyansa question be pass? General, mu take into consideration other constituencies in fact to meet me almost. Osinko ankofo bi no musinka Saturday na numre na omonyi tu no ono ka said there bi ya yenya rekosie da no pa
na so omwa e Ghana
ko sorry na mo dia surprise wo mo kwan so no ma say sorry abafie Kobia ne thinking no. You see JFK, let me tell you, whether you were 1,000 people in there taking that decision, those people, your interests cannot override the 6-7 million people able to Obama moving as MPP for. And when cross it say MPP for Nangasa no man you how say na enkofo na plane enkofo na plane NDC for na plane when ama who say Kobi Amokra no going into 2024 election no and they didn't have any plan. Oh wow, yes. Say no NDC for plan say omo be basa na mo so na mo plan ene dey so be ba be atum eti mo kwa election na ye ya bra senta me tu kwa ko mikro ba sa atim sa kam ko wuya ma wunkwase ewuo. Oh, because I could be a plan. Say, Abano, Saturday and Numera, I bet you to see a lusu, no matter what. Was that their plan B? Politicians don't think like that. If that is your thinking, you don't have a space in the political arena. We any seminary, it is not religious work, any convention, any sorry, any imam of Wajuma. Politics is not a religion. Politics is an eye for an eye. Say, ultimately, you don't have space in the political arena. Say, politics, no, or so they are about you are not a politician. A leader who can stand up against every nonsense of your opponent. That is what makes you a political leader. And then it's a Saturday they can confer president Roma so for nothing is as for Momedian BPN. Politics is not a religion. You am some. And no catch you say, "O don't go sumu ha than a half man no Politics or boss more body. That is politics. The man who says 77 is a more if you buy no or betum penny for. That is the politics we are doing in Ghana and elsewhere. Enti Saudi Arabia they say en kofono plan some be basabasentino una ye Kobi Afrempon general secretary enti wa be kan mo ensema. That is a failure. If JFK is lazy his boot to come and contest again for MPP general secretary, and then that is the end of the road for him. We cannot entrust the future of that MPP na ye capture power into Kobi's hand. At that time, when Kobie Kano, now MPP had the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. The flag bearer of MPP was the chairman of the police and the military council. What I say? Your flag bearer in the coalition. Not only, I know the chairman of the police council. What I say? IGP Munyana Shanase. Yeah. He could have just picked his phone to call at that time. Or the saying, Dampare, to call your men to order. On Pasabasa, no be the about between. Until some of Tamamu Bamia consider, not to say, Sammy, Obia Punch in Pobia Babo. Debbie. It's not Basabasano Bessobis in there then. Not to say, Chama Dono for dinner and Fiakum. Debbie. At one point, we are Padu. It's another time, not the same. Ghana was so peaceful. Open election ame meniti Ghana and the said metwala. I just so peaceful e Ghana ha at the 2024 election. That time we no be police station no. Na electoral officers no matter. Na ni pem ni pompo no twala. Enti na ba bia ni ho abasabasa ewo. It is a JFK be ha ka kire say e your plan he let me tell you. John Dramani Mahama as the sitting president of the Republic of Ghana in 2016. Not John Mahama said, "Oh, lose the election." He knew he was losing the election. At that time, the Deputy General Secretary of NDC was on the podium saying, they knew MPP was going to misbehave and that they were in a comfortable lead. Yeah. At that time, nobody was support all. But they were gingering their base. Why you see a comfort? 2016, you see the first time in the history of Ghana, sitting president lose election. In 2016, what you say I say about Faba Kukrawu? Debbie. It's the idea that say opposition overpower to the point that the only option you had was to come and concede. And you know the effect. Debbie. Ghana Constitution, which they say. Say you to abawie na say coach when the president-elect, that day, that could become the president-elect, he's entitled to full security. He's entitled to briefing from the national security and all the security agencies.
Okay.
They have to recognize him as the next president. In just 3 weeks, he's coming to take over the country.
Yenesifo.
And at that point, now Ghana phone about what now police phone was on the side of the ruling government. Said President no, they have sworn an oath to say they will serve the president. The only time somebody will be declared the president-elect in a time, I declare election results.
Okay.
It is a one ruling government. Now, less than 24 hours, I have proposed. Consider defeat, you automatically recognize your opposition leader as the president-elect. Meanwhile, the constitutional body assessor or no bed declare election easy no. As at the time of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, accepted defeat no. Not easy. 16 regions no. Not only one result.
And as at that time, Dr. Baumia, 38.2%. Everything I'm conformed that's so friend 38.
That is what I'm saying. As at the time of Dr. Concilio, not strong room every before at that time, I was deeply involved, looking for figures to come and give to the year program. East strong room, 16 regions, not Baku Kramai. Baku, one region, and my out of the 16. 8th December, Yakotu about and day 5 p.m. 7 December, 9 a.m. 8 December, less than 24 hours after close of polls. Now was sitting president, sitting vice president, the government in power said, we are considered defeater. You legitimate your opponent as the president-elect. It's at that time, police in the police station and as a police center near a coalition. I say, hey, Baumia Kufado, I can't 3 weeks per no Mukufi. John Mahani Mahama so. Oba be for 4 years. Me as police officer, am I going to choose somebody who is having only 3 weeks to go home, or I'm going to choose someone I'm going to stay with for 4 years? So Mr. Nkumuna police here, and why now be choose? Oh, me too. And can be choose John Dramani Mahama because on no better for 4 years. It's at that time when you see an NBC flag, you see it as Ghana flag.
Okay, yeah, let's see from.
It will be the allegiance command John Dramani Mahama as security couples. It's a damn party. We have 1 year because also no policy issue who say can say John Mahama ben I police soldier form in front. 3 standing for us. I come Moko Buffina. No man didn't say John Mahani Mahama what they say in the
Mahama is a whole
John Mahama at the model as a hobby.
Okay.
And security couples in the allegiance command NDC.
Okay.
It's not MPP. I feel that they were powerless.
And that's when you.
What I say? Stand alone. Nothing. Could be a catch there. Say, oh no, what's not no me too much. Could be doesn't have any say.
No, come to Saturday and I'm saying we don't know can because Sunday and
when are the impressors on come will be.
I'm on Cassese.
What's a Kobiano? Oh, I say on pen wasem. I say oh you nice guy. I say krana. But me Instagram say the way I'm who yes now. I say it's so weak. Oh how? General Secretary of the history of the new patriotic party, the weakest general secretary. Ghana and Vakoto Abayino. Justin from Ponkobi. I was a lawyer. But me didn't see no. My man can't take Kobi. I say anything. MPP delegates no Mkoto. They are not looking at Kobe and this is your put a deal. Because Ako form say favor be no pay for his next bid to become the defender. You see, and they will defend them because this time around I'm telling him say Ghana for any OBR. They were disappointed, even members of you see Kobiano. Now he was in his comfort zone. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia fear no more meeting. Once the parliamentary candidates were on the battlefield, Sakana could let Jina Tema Central. And I said, no, Jina,
contest to become a member of parliament. And your card number at that time.
And your card number automatically autobuso ni system nyina ahomatetia. And come defend the indefensible.
All right.
What I say?
Let us say.
But when you come around, my main country was a copium kumase. But I said from a beer to Muntino. What you into a chair?
Come on, Coach, yes, sir.
Wow. Look, historically, this is the West General Secretary of MP.
Oh, Coach, is that how you are going to start?
No, that's the record.
Look, historically, it must go down in history.
Yeah.
That he's the West. I've never seen a General Secretary so weak, so incompetent, and so very loose when he speaks. Mama can't say it.
Catch me.
Also, Okasan or say, na akuku dam. I was submit. No, and no, na akuku dam no. Who can?
I'm not a General Secretary. The CEO of the New Patriotic Party.
That tells you that the man is very inexperienced. He's so weak as a General Secretary. When you listen to him speak, I say, I could damn no what's dynamo. That's all I call.
But he was able to overpower the brother.
Look at the child. I am troll, I am troll.
Coach,
I'm telling you, or they look, or they see the name. It has worsened his re-election bid. Yegamie from crane to crank. About there, I'm a fan. I'm a JJ.
Nakai.
With the Mayan too, that they thought that the top to down approach will save them. But you see what the Lord is doing? God in his own wisdom, he said, don't touch my anointed.
And do my prophet no harm.
And do my prophet no harm. One was saying, Omankasa, Omuni ye, and your movie. After 31st. This is the man that took 137 seats to what? To 86. This man. A CEO of this party. This man. If I am him, I will shoot.
Onkasa.
Menkasa. How Juma? Now, if at the time of that concession, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia here, you know, do you know the number of seats? Now, Nepal hosting, me didn't know kakra.
Obi.
Yes, Obi should have proceeded to ask him, would you admit that that concession made the party lose some prominent seats that they have never lost, that they wouldn't have lost? Because after the concession, sitting the NDC focus on winning, we went back and we came out seats.
Techiman,
and look next year we say, there were a lot more of seats that the party would have reclaimed had he, Dr. Bawumia, not done what he did. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, look, I respect him so much beyond the call. Do you know up to now, he never conceded to Nanado in 2020.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the only problem I've had with John Dramani Mahama. Because politics, that you win or you lose. You understand? In 2020, when Amaka said, "I'm winning 148 seats."
Yeah.
Well, in this country,
they were bragging.
We have the majority in parliament with winning. Mahama knew at the time he had lost the presidential election. But like a true leader who would stay glued up from in front of the back,
politically experienced leader,
pulling his people along.
The MPs.
Okachi almost said, we are in majority. I have won the election, knowing he had lost. Because he said 137. In there, so we cry now we are MPP delegates. That's somewhere I want time more. Had it not been for Kennedy Agyapong, NPP wouldn't have had a majority in parliament. What is that?
Yes,
of course.
Nipana, Oma Adenukoye 138. When he said, for him to come back to his mother party, Sikabia or say, you know, or Muntian, one Asaska.
Honorable
Kennedy Asaska. Only for Honorable to pay the man the money he has spent in running his campaign, and then for Honorable Adwoa Safo to bring us back to 137. Okay. So 138. Jacob Bokuka. I'm not 138. Adwoa Safo so take. She doesn't have the moral right to even stand in campaign for anybody. Back to JFK. Look, Mr. CEO of this very distinguished tradition. Me share a clip, no. You can clearly see your demeanor. This thing was staged.
Staged?
Yeah, it was staged. It was staged. Look, how? Upa fa clip no. Na fa come specialist. Omo mutu me study nipa demeanor, nipa mood. You me tell me, me come drink. I've not been staged. I've not been put here stage to come and act. But look at him. He was virtually struggling to defend the indefensible. It is only somebody who is not smart who will refuse to admit, say, that early concession that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was a wrong move. Was a completely wrong move.
But a leadership in a decision.
It's
any pastor can.
Me check me say na chairman team no nisa meeting. In fact, there was no meeting of the sort. Me check me. There was no meeting of that sort. That now who are Kuku done? Where was President Kufuor? Was he in that meeting? He deserved to be in that meeting. That is it. So there was no such meeting. What Kuku done? No. So who were those? It was an attempt to take the people of Ghana and as MPP supporters, to get us to move away from the true percentage of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Enyaye. Look, it is 38.2. It's not 41. Where is the Aka 9? Who's the Aka 9 on Majak? Because they themselves know, in nominal terms, that Aka 9, it runs into millions of votes. And the actual percentage is 38.2. So please, Adwoa Safo is crying for her political career to be saved.
Yeah.
I will advise JFK. Say also the political career. Now, do you know yeah, watch that MPP delegate for before. I'm telling you. Look, President Kufuor said it is better to be a messenger when your party is in government than to be a CEO when your party is in what?
General Secretary.
Rather, the man is enjoying his role as opposition leader and CEO of an opposition party. Now
how can that
It defeats political thinking.
completely. I would have thought that as a general secretary, you'll be saying things that will strengthen the base of your party, not in the interest of one contestant. What does it seek to correct?
When we say Ghana for doctor,
and you Ghana for the fact, yeah,
MPP for Dr. Bawumia.
Look, do you know your number of MPs on my peer cassette that early concession cost?
Pandai.
He said it
just recently. He said,
who does he support? But he said it.
Yeah.
On another person, but can you prepare? He's a gunner.
And even Patrick Buama, the opponent in the UTV. Congratulations.
Do you know what they did?
Debbie.
During the time after the concession, NDC Kasabiom said, "Namokra mo penny krawaji tomorrow." Come get out. Who was there to support?
Also, Namokase. It was only Afenyo Mark and Tamani they call Sesano. It was Afenyo Mark who was defending. Now people penny baby. Satan no ko
Gani. The level of immaturity I was shown. Mr. NPP delegate, when the time comes to elect the next executives of this party,
he will contest again.
He must be swept with the slightest pride. Come on, get out. Oh, he can't. Look, I mean, yeah, I am not comfortable saying such things, but I have to call a spade a spade. I can't massage it. Now, does it deserve to be re-elected as general secretary? And then one come for John Boydu. Every criticism he gave to John Boydu, he's done worse. He's done worse.
This is somebody.
Ah,
John
when are you?
John Boyd did 169.
And John, who the echo 137. One Sunday echo 86. When are you?
ba ko na aka no kwakpa abom san kwaje
Ajele ye no one time.
All right,
coach. Ajele.
Mame na was
Ajele fe miniji third vice chairman Bugaju
Masaud.
from Krenken to Krankan. I bear I'm a fan I'm a JJ. I'm in disturbing party here. They have disturbed this party beyond measure. To repair the party, we need rebranding. So I'm borrow His Excellency John Dramani Meboro. We need to reset this party. Reset it. In resetting it, every old face should give way.
all right.
Delegate, yes, Remo. We've gotten to the stage where
Every old face means what?
Every old
From the
face
candidate?
of course, that's where it starts. He's the leader. He has orchestrated all these things. Dr. Mahmoud Baum, look, it's a weak candidate. It's a weak. It is difficult to say, but that is the truth. Look, the man said, once a Northerner is elected, no Northerner again will be elected. Look, for this thing to go back and come back to a Northerner, it will take close to 30 plus years.
Was that not a political talk?
No, it wasn't. It's a statement of fact.
Sir.
The Constitution of Ghana supports that there has to be regional balance. Eastern go, Eastern come.
No way.
Northern go, Northern come. No way. It will not happen. Now, are they the only logical and sensible people in this country capable of ruling this country?
Okay.
Let's go to the central region.
Okay.
Let's go elsewhere. In the central region there, as MPP, we've never had any candidate. And the man that God has ordained, that God has certified, stamp it down, so in the ocean or YouTube.
Yeah. Echna Nambwa will
Oh
come
my
back
goodness.
to that
Because of that
presentation.
YouTube phrase, I will come here.
All right.
Watch Nambwa.
All right. Nyumba adwebo na.
Amen.
Nyumba adwebo. Eti eno coach Christopher Nimri, and then all that as many politicals are. Ewusiama yenko sabata we afio na yemfa messages from YouTube, Facebook, and that of WhatsApp. And famra na yento asonkwen. Mobapa exam.
Mr. Kumyamiado mehoya pa.
Ohoya pa.
Mehoya pa.
Ujina yie.
Mijina kama.
Okay. Miyanko ni me. Miyanko ni
Masani
me.
boots yenye.
All right. Miyanko ni me.
Okay, Mr. Nkumo, yes, ma messages ahodo about YouTube and WhatsApp and Twitter. Wey Emmanuel Asenso, I say, Madam, give us a break. Honorable Ken was telling you the truth in the face. It is not an insult, so keep quiet. I'm connected. John say, hey, Ghana, I'm shocked. Your kid's father? Richard, ABC, her selfishness knows no bounds. It's all about her. She couldn't even consider the children they have got together. Way Christ clear. Also, you left government business and became a TikTok minister in the US, and you want us to praise you. Adwoa Safo is not serious. Way AB. I see it's only in Ghana that a former MP feels insulted when she's told when she's told she doesn't respect by okay. When AJ or see coach almost feel pa. Richard Bless say TikTok MP Adwoa Safo. When you're button or see, but why do the panelists have a tar by them? Any reason? What some buy? You make shoes semoko enunsia. Felix say good afternoon. I trust that we are all doing well. The lady is really frustrated. I say that's what I see and disappointed. Kennedy say Adwoa Safo was part of Baulaya team, yet he got 5,000 votes at her constituency. Where Jonathan also please tell the man in the middle to say what he said in Ghana. I can never forgive, in quotes, I can never forgive anyone who has caused me to lose my sweat money. Into where your coach would there. Okay. Where's so Sabina Ako, or say Honorable Adwoa Safo said Dr. Bawumia was not a finance minister. Was he a finance minister when he was throwing questions on former Vice President Amisa Atta? Christ Clare say Baulaya, who made you Momo president to create that 800,000 jobs for Momo vendors? What capital did you give to Momo vendors? And didn't you come to meet Momo and didn't you come to meet Momo vendors before your vice president? Liar. Where Sabina also delegate should wise up by voting for Honorable Ken on 31st January 2026. Janet say happy glorious birthday to you, Chairman. Sabina say happy birthday, Chairman. May God give you strength, happiness, and long life with a good health in Jesus' name. Amen. When you see Janet Biom, I say Adwoa Safo is hypocrite. I say she's thinking about herself, not Ghanaians. So wise up and vote for Honorable Ken delegate. Joe, I'm connected from Sweden. When so Nanaja, I say KOA is a strategic winner. Pharmacy jobs in Swing Central and Western, ethanol factories in Volta, and Otsi weaken opposition strongholds. Also with impact, not talk, 2028 becomes a calculated NPP victory. Black Soul say, hey, Asemo, I see bleeding pa, I see bleeding pani, because she can't be a first lady from 2029, Asem. When you see Christ Clare, I say, or reply to Nanaya, I say it's true. Honorable Ken is very strategic, pa, and also so Ewa has say, when senior JJ, I say Adwoa Safo is immature because we saw her when she became TikTok minister. When Anthony, I say, were you able to perform as gender and children minister? Where your question I will be, sir. Christ Clare say Baulaya supporters are still doing outmoded politics. Where Anthony, I say Adwoa Safo, is that your message campaigning for DMB to become a flag bearer of NPP? Black Soul say she's very jealous because she cannot be a first lady. When so Christ Clare, okay, mama from Nana my message we. Nana ma one say Broken Heart is killing Adwoa Safo slowly. She thinks about herself, not the youth that are not working. She's rather campaigning for Honorable Ken if she doesn't know. Her agenda will not work. Selfish. When so your Christ Clare Biomwasi, truth be told, Adwoa Safo is speaking out of pain for losing the first lady position because she's not making any sense. Men say, shit. Hey, I'm sorry. I did watch her mama you confused. Me to me find the message in you. When you Richard Bless, I say, good afternoon, Mr. Inkum and the team. Dr. Baumia is using everything he can to destroy Honorable Ken. Now, Adwoa Safo has been used against Honorable Ken. This is sad. Adwoa Safo should think twice. When you're ready, I'll say happy birthday to him. God bless him more years. Wesley Anthony, I'll say Adwoa Safo, who will give you position. Ken will never give you position so that you vacate the ministry and embarrass NPP again. Anthony say congratulations, Chairman Joe Donko, age more with grace. Where Ebenezer, dear, I say I listened to Honorable Kennedy interview this morning. Mr. Inkum, Kennedy is really number one. May God grant him good health and long life. Win the NPP primaries. Ghanaians are ready to vote for him up. Okay, so Ophieni Pa say, Adwoa Safo, I thought you are a wise woman, not knowing what you are greedy, also not knowing that you are greedy and selfish. So I champ Kwame was say good afternoon, Mr. Inkum. In fact, Honorable Adwoa Safo should stop disgracing herself and tell the delegates something sensible. Masinu Pay watching you live from the Wu Ekriapem. Hashtag Kenafa say kutu say bam. Way so friends of Ken City Media will say, good afternoon, Mr. Inkum. Please thank all our members for how they showed up for our meeting yesterday. Attendance was very massive. God richly bless everyone. I'll say our prayer for Honorable Kennedy will lead NPP. George Owusu say, good morning, watching you live from Germany, Hamburg. I say good work done. We so Anthony, or say hi, Anthony Nkum. This is your namesake. Good afternoon. Adwoa Safo was part of the past government that messed things up. Okay, I say especially with her ministerial position. The least said about her, the better. We see a senior JJ or say Sarah Adwoa Safo said Baumia cannot be blamed for poor economic management, but I urge she should go and listen to the promises he made prior to the 2016. Baumia is simply incompetent and liar. Where Evans or say without Honorable Ken, NPP would be like CPP. He's the only hope for the party and Ghana. #1. Anthony say also she said it's all that. With Kennedy, you do expect family and friends. Okay, ne bro from me shadantia CV. Martin Safo say or the Ferguson Domiabra or say in fact I'm very grateful to Honorable Sarah Adwoa Safo for speaking the truth about Honorable Ken, because Honorable will not do family and friends politics like others. Ken all the way afa. Where's so Rita or say good afternoon, Mr. Nkum. Honorable Ken is our savior and hope. Please delegate, vote for Honorable Ken for us. Where ya mami winnie a champion or say good afternoon, my sons and granddaughter. We thank God for another week and another day. Hope your weekend was superb. Mr. Nkum, only your outfit. You look swag and refreshing. Daughter, look after yourself. I will, grandma. Where you kweku your boy, I say Adwoa Safo is extremely immature. She behaves like a child. Her political career is over, but it appears she's unaware. So, Mr. Nkum, I found YouTube messages no NC has said, I found WhatsApp message no so kakra and twice so I found NC. Wait, essay, okay. Mami fa
esi pa.
Mami fa mo mo ba first no esa.
Because in WhatsApp wo mami 10 na ye kone no course because ye bre no ko. O debi ye bre no baby e do.
Okay. We esi asi when you kweku gadu or say AK can you betumi aye or say good afternoon Mr. Nkum and Sabato, hope you are doing well. You see or say you see Ghana for Kennedy Agyapong bought house for Atachia some years ago and now he's insulting him. I say I swear God will continue to bless Ken and punish Atachia. Amen. When so say good morning, Mr. Nkum. Kennedy Agyapong is not just talking politics.
And I want say Chimensa Bunsu. Why?
Okay.
I don't say Chimensa Bunsu. So I say a wa omra monte. Owi boni ayefo. Na Nyankopon opese Ghana ye enyo omo. Okay.
We say good morning, Mr. Nkum. Kennedy Agyapong is not just talking politics. He's talking about power, strategy, and victory. His confidence in 2028 is based on clear political calculation and bold economic vision. Delegates must understand this. Elections are won with structure, resources, and impact, not noise, lies, flip-flop, and propaganda. The central and western regions are swing regions. If Kennedy leads the NPP and delivers the biggest pharmaceutical company in West Africa, they are creating over 5,000 direct jobs. Those regions become solid NPP territory. Delegates know what that means: secured votes, financial muscle, and long-term loyalty. Now look at Votal and Oti, traditionally written off as opposition strongholds. Kennedy's plan to complete ethanol factories employing at least 5,000 people each is not accidental. It is a strategic invasion of opposition territory with jobs, hope, and opportunity. When bread and butter issues replace party slogans, political allegiance shifts. This is why Kennedy Agyapong is a delegate winning card. He doesn't just campaign, he changes voting behavior. With him as NPP leader, 2028 is not a gamble. It is a calculated win built on development, jobs, and fearless strategy. We see NPP will forever regret. Okay. Mr. Inkum so mama me na me fa message
me so ma on eti me nkona membra na me call phone lines ne so because o hyewa da me so no ne mama call is ambemu a wan ga me tia nkasa ene be yera ye betwa hyemanum nti me nkombra ohu okay 0240550899 0240550899 busua oba twa ne tia wana onua mrem why na yenko yenim ententem 0240550899 0240550899. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ya kan sabi atia udini baby afrefri na femintie.
No one you.
No afrefri.
Me frefri Ashanti Steel.
Ashanti Steel.
Yeah.
Honorable Kennedy Agyapong the company no.
Me patwa.
No wa me anku ni man yetie o.
Me pa chama mo ka se. Honorable Kennedy the president material no. Bisa ko 24. NPP amu votu enu ko pampram krambua. Amu nya votu 24 Honorable Kennedy. Ena di ni nsi yo ewe ni pampram. 2012 2016 ena select teke odinya vote pa ema sia no weka ya bubo MPP resulta ni go pampram yensu wetu onya vote edom ne ti vote de ma MP enti dia mo ke kan de me ni amunya age
okay but I say 0240550899 0240550899 brani ni nkomo na afi yenko yenim hello good afternoon okay 0240550899 0240550899 oba udini baby afrefri na afi ye monitor na unua so embremu bi na yen sorry enko yenim hello good afternoon
you
Sinupen
the cancer yes
udini baby afrefri ni entie
ya boy the person do
ya me enko
enta you kumba do so asemo
metie
TikTok e guna na
o say
TikTok e guna na ta ti ejuma
aden
Adwoa Safo ocho ejuma a o che next president na kuri minister no o ko TikTok na kuri minister se 2024 2020 na dey hena na presidential about parliament no not TikTok we didn't go TikTok any minister on TikTok e dey do e dey minister wey dey party e don come na for to move game no to abetiam do pa oni ka pa de me ko ja pa cha wa ta pa kana pa cha to ba ma da ko do mia no mo kan na ko na ma se
me da say 0240550899 0240550899 eyo say o say honorable Kennedy Agyapong wani beba ahunso no wase ho poto hello good afternoon Sinupen
come zara
udini baby afrefri na mintie
Collegium test
okay mi anku yanim ma nkofo no na kasa ni entie why
me see ajo papo no e be na ya fe papa e be na ya fe papa
oh aden
Adwoa Safo e be na ya na ku be time kapa se onimdia wa ya papa man onimdia papa oni ti no obvious am be pa ka ndi kunu
nyabotre why nyabotre why ma me na wase na ase udi ebufu friteshi na abamadina nyabotre why 0240550899 hello good afternoon
Good afternoon, Mr. Inkom.
Sinupen
Ya can't send me a tea and I'm saying, come.
Would anybody be afraid for you?
I shall have my dress, make a self travel.
Me quite.
Now, my address for the choir our fast one. Feel for baby say. So we try to Maria, no one and Nambia. And to come with your hair Kennedy, or the own country, one for us in Ameniali. Now, you man quotation be or some 37, verse 1 to 5, no. Or see how who on the boy form. We know who are Mumu 20. Now, a little that been what Chow was say. Wo kusawo say rumomo na wo de bata rade ho na ye papa tuna asase so na di nokre ma wani ka rade ho na rade be ma o de wakoma pe for akwa share rade nsa na fa ho to no so no 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 be ye honorable ordinance ni na nyame on ka hwe ti de rade pe no obe ye na mi pe no e rade be hye no nyam ama ni pe nwe hu de nyame timi ye. Mr.
Men so me da say papa ma men fa last 2 callers na fe member back to studio ni ensuring ko cause anoma eche dua so awoje bo say the amanfo ani abre no 0240550899. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sinupin
You can say the pedia.
We didn't be afraid for ni enko ani.
I am Kupi. We flashen to the as no meti katamanso.
Okay, me enko.
Say Adwoa Safo no oni ken womo man womo nyina na
I want you.
Okay. Any won konim. So nyamishira ken why?
Yo, mate me da say papa ma me for last caller na yen sorry so 0240550899 0240550899. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sinupin.
You can't say it.
We didn't be afraid for your last caller, Mamintil.
Me the peggy, make a self starting food.
But your man too.
Miss Low, I just stop. A young one year, one year. No, I just. No more need for business to what to be on Kennedy. What's the Canadian by your family? If you have put them, I come by your family and friend. It's a woman just a full panel. No man, I'm more year one carrot. Uncle the nonsense. The young Honorable Kennedy. Why am I? Now me a former woman of
all right, me da say ma me face ya na fe member studio na yen sorry enko politicals happening ma me ma 1 minute na yen sorry enko. Yes sir.
Let me say utie ensema o callers ya kan nyina. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Wo ye nufu tabraba amansan
be numa
no.
Okay.
Enti ewiase we mu no. Obia wuye bibia wanwe dodo no ho na wo de wankasa wo personal interest bebe mu no. Nyankopon kra no na ni nso. Onim adwuma wo de Honorable Kennedy Agyapong eba beye wo Ghana ene Africa.
Okay.
Enti any single individual bi o ba bia ohu ono ne parochial interest over that of the masses no. Nyankopon on twema wo.
All right.
Enti the American say Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ensem bebre ene niema bebre ode ato na koma so se Nyankopon ye na dom na se wo ba obeye ede aboa o man Ghana eno ne ye mpaebo eno ne ye dadwene eno ne da bia ba bi ejina bia na ye kan ho asem se about the health sector, about the agri sector, the industries, or the same
tourism.
What you are to not missing from weekend, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong was so fantastic. Begin the Saturday from Ashaman to Tema East, Tema Central, Tema West, Cornwall, and run the same thing. Now the message is so solid. Now Mr. Nkume no crowd and Mama Diane said no na Adwoa Ablikuma West. A bra Ablikuma West chairman sorry here and said the Omanfo Ablikuma West catch me say Honorable Ken ye di wa bro ye no ye ho say yan support you but na asidan kan na me say ye won kwa. Now this time no ya say we boss say ye be ma Ghana fo nya ho mfa so.
Okay.
That is the prayer of every Ghanaian.
All right.
Enti ye nyina ho emma nipa bi emma me na dey say sa kwan na nyame abia to ho no obi ba ba ye na ho cantan cross one that aka na bo wo sa kwan obi ba wa dey say wo be stop it Say ye dear Ghana youth abrabum. We the Ghanaian youth will clear you.
All right, thank you.
Anna, a lawyer, or the say, I'm not tell some in country or say. And now she and the baba say a catch a man, don't connect, coach in the years so bad. Lawyer send the baba, I a friend or him a chama amo.
Lawyer Baba.
And now she and the birthday.
Lawyer Baba.
Him a chama amo. And then birthday.
Lawyer Baba.
So or join it. Chairman Joe don't call ni coach ni na yere. No de ohema so abeka ho say. Sa ko onto ne nkom. Na o man ne.
And ti lawyer am fan fe ni no de afa.
Say oti say afi the chairman ni coach de na soja wa. Ha no say e no for ohema de ne meka ho. Sa ko de kokuma say. Lawyer o de aba.
Coach, 1 minute. Ansana on the last word beba no. Yeah, wish you happy birthday. Wish your wife.
Wow.
It's in order.
To my beloved, the woman of my dream, the woman, if I'm given a second chance to lay the game.
No second chance.
I'm given a second. If I'm given a second chance,
you believe in second chance.
Then I'm going to say, I have said again.
Okay. In the next world.
If you line up all the women in the world, I will still choose Susan.
Wow.
Susan has been so supportive. She's given me 3 beautiful daughters. And on behalf of myself, Davida, Babette, and Odelia, we say happy birthday to a true mother and a true wife. God bless you, dear.
All right.
And I love you.
Every day say, "Kuchi ya de na mose jina ha." Ebema mose so aye romantic because the way Kuchi aka same way. If you neko, ebe sesa mose am.
All right. So coach, now 30 seconds. My uncle. All right.
It's a humble appeal to the NPP delegate. Media no. Omo mo si ahinyo. Ghana for air twemo. Mama Ghana for nipa omo ne da ne so say oba obeboaye. And that person is Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. In that me share Kennedy o yiyi nyama ye betumi di kube aye no. Na inisio atomene. Because I am a chemist and I believe in industrialization. There were some of the things he said. Say to me the kubeye. Me cry me a chemist no. Na me. I said, wow. I thought we could only use it for this, that, and that. Okay, some way, no. And I'm saying, Papa, wait. In some organ, we should have done this 50 years ago. If we had followed the trend of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, I think Ghana would have been a better place to live.
Okay.
To the delegates, please, without humility, yes, Remo, yes, Sunday, Sayam, won't panify ni no kwa fenye won panify ni yo azeba bencha join on the 31st of January.
Yeah.
Ka akem ochiki wolu e wo de pe ka kwasi ponkra wo no.
Yeah.
Wo no.
Okay.
Money John she kenkle money ko here no ke ogontie okay ti income ni ke no ko petele okay petele agbena petele won kenya
no na
ochiki fa ochiki ni yobafo ni yobafo wo bakane this time mo ko ha mo ko zero ni je zero ni yo ajo wo fe ya yesu gba me.
All right, and no political that is Albert Asumani and afi coach Christopher Nimley and no coach o guy name Edison. Maybe so what you know. But Fatim so capitally. All right, this is where we draw down the curtains. Your family Mr. Enkum. Ebusha ma ye no ase say okan ho ama ye de dwumadi ye de ebre okan ho e wo man FM so Ash FM so Nap Radio so ye da se Nyankopon enshraw. Na happy birthday going out to you. Honorable Joseph Donko, Chairman Joe Donko, and afi Coach Christopher Nimri, and the wife Nyankopon Inshramo Papa, and afi Nana Opon Checheku 1. Nana Opon Checheku 1, Nyankopon Inshrao. Samuel Suman Nyankopon Inshrao, happy birthday. And then Echo Ampedu, happy birthday, Opere. And yadi AC. Nyankopon yad match na besan so aba na yadi sunu pay Tuesday edition Eddie Abreu. Wednesday, Kaina Shannon so said Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, the incoming flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, and then the President of the Republic of Ghana, Ebe joining our snippet media. So now for yes, in Kunyadi Nkomo, Ama Bibia Ayakama. Ya from Mr. Inkum, ya faster Emma CO233 Emporium Company Limited. Ya ho sikasem, ya boaw ama property waton. Ama bibia so akoyie tabia takum ye memedru ye di sia nyame bo akena ye besamba na yaba beto so ede amampa ebusuan faota hira no na pem panyan na afi yenko ni panyan yenko panyan sinopei ye kan senya
Ghana needs Kennedy to hope for the youth. NPP delegates listen to the call for a leader who can stand up tall. Kennedy Agyapong, the man with a plan to uplift Ghana. Hand in hand.
Tuaba, my Kennedy. No ma, tuaba, my Kennedy.
My anyano.
Tuaba, my Kennedy.
Oh man for power.
Kennedy Agyapong, no, my enemy. Kennedy agenda, Ghana's hopeful plea for the hopeless, a chance to be free. Jobs for the jobless, a vision so clear. Kennedy, the answer.
Abusuafo ya na mo ase yemfa today's agenda and toaso yekotie era Ken ewo UTV emsense wo de atodwa no edoso anope ye try yi ama yensa company fo mienu aye no wa bedi nkomo mimidi ede ya amofa boache kwadwo okon akwa ba
ya nua me nua
boko de
Nyankopon adom ne mumpa bodie ho ye pa
adenta ehoboko
Nyankopon adom adenta boko
okay kwadwo fra adenta ena eba fodwo akwa ba wo de say fia ye no ana boko de
eja pacha mwe
okay uti honorable Ken
amen
unya da tie ni nyina kwesi
etena hwe ni nyina
kwesi kwadwo wa uti ni nyina kwesi
mitie kakra bedu ye na se wahase
okay ni uti no de na uti bibi kakra na enko ni yemfe na hase kwadwo ma mitie
said you know honorable Kennedy nensema official say ensesa e wo se yenya e wo leadership mu e wo Ghana ene sene ya manyosem sene ya ma obi positions na what take advantage over the people and no koso bondero say sene Ghana fu nim na nipa dodo na wogigi wonimu when you are talking about credibility he has it obe making sure say adeɛ biara ɛyɛ Ghanafoɔ ɛdia no ɛbɛkɔ Ghanafoɔ ho na yɛ mana kwanya nso so MPP foɔ mana kwanya na Ghanafoɔ gye ne tum ne yɛ de ne ba nso a sɛnea ɔka so oguso bebie nnwuma ama yɛ mmaburu ne yɛ mmɔfra ɛnɛ akwantuo na ate asi o mani so o modwen sɛ so ofiri Ghana nko ade a na kyɛ sɛ yedie aba ama no no ɔbɛhwɛ sɛ nia yɛ wo kurom hanom yɛde bɛyɛ bibi ama mfa so aba so ama Ghanafoɔ na obi biara nso so a wo mu kyɛfa no ɔno nso ne nsa aka ɛtɔ madwenem bebre to makoma so bebre sɛ nsɛm a waka kɔso ka ɛno ana obi so a ɔka sɛ Ghanafoɔ ma na kwanya yɛde professors aba yɛde lawyers aba yɛde communicators communication expert aba abɛdi president yɛma kwan na yɛma obi a ɔyɛ businessman na ne yɛwɔ no yɛnhwɛ deɛ ɔno so bɛtumi de ayɛ ɛde abo man no
okay let us call you for your day out here
almost can some more kind of idea I think say so all can in Abuma from my perspective the way I'm receiving message and the current situation on my Ghana I think that he's the only person so far among Nipa to an amount sepesi my Ghana either even from the NDC or even the MPP no they need a son Ghana mabru because baby on my any share by this time no at the Kasia said Kasema John Mahama winning election 2024 that was the provision of the campaign message year 24 economy no because one of the biggest security issue on my when you're unemployment and when your candidate be or communicate towards creation of jobs are a manipa need so and as you ya man your phone ya candy for you mama the political parties and you makwabato sunyina no now nipa abamu bu omo because I had to say 24-hour economy on can was me ya read budget on 2 occasions
ya moso
their boss cramp on allocation financial allocations they call 24-hour economy no now financial allocation they call be to say ye kwache sanitary pad no sanitary pad sike di wura mu na so say 24-hour economy a provided jobs for millions of people initiatives near my yes they provided human being under the 24-hour economy big push no nothing of that sort has been done. Women's Bank, yeah, I see a baby Women's Bank. A bank here saw your allocation of about 400 million Ghana cedis. In the first budget, 50 million. Second budget, 100 and something million. And soon even the amount a year have for capitalization of a bank and pool. In Jenny, that's so say, Sabio, you be my Jumano. Ama doubt, and I say doubts can Abahon. Now, Ghana for year will be so catching so more Juma. They will not take it from any no beer and a kind of besum. The ama honorable can abeye in that's when I say the all can be an or once and a whole. The all can be an winner so the all can be and he has something to show. In Tokaso the Juma bar, Sabia and Nebusim can listen you nefe yen say all can be quite. Among all your political leaders as and now presently and past will because of a more Juma. Now the compare honorable can say also be provided jobs sir. Sabi Bajimba will be an agenda who biano will go for honorable Kennedy Agyapong because I see the way be done. Okaso be yenye na chinye or no as a single person no any initiatives no nankasa na muntu wotu no and we check the interview your UTV convincingly oka kire say I am going to bring up an ethanol production plant ewa Dakulu ewa Sege ewa Didome. What is he trying to say? Already obi a eye adwuma watebo mountain constituencies any bankers obey Sege Adakulu yenye na chinye yenye nipa anya fe na ebeka se asem okan ne kra na nye ne kra o won se na ho wonyina so a wode kan nsem a woka no enti the interview here na pay di I think say interview dey leader so my man Ghana titiri ene mabunu o Ghana first no nipa adwane call other countries ko pay this period it is not happening like that. So there's some few there 1 or 2 years ago na Ghana maburu Canada where you can now the access is not there. We are travel and toy industry you know COS and free UK Bama man for the Koya Jumana or my limited all the foreign countries my limited all those things and the people are very stranded you will be anyhow it's the now my way and fan shiny pa or what proving track record say me send na ho nema mayeni I can do this and in this particular moment ye hia obi a organa has any problem adwuma ye hia na nsesem ye hia theoretical person bia ye hia practical person nipa wa ya ade na nse na hoda ho. This is what Ghanaians need at this time. Anything now too nancy about na people are calling for Honorable Ken, not any other person, because some na work no etosumu
you are home Mami C Williams Mami C Terry Williams says, very educational and thought-provoking interview. I watch it. What I say say on so adwene na say Joe or Germany, he says good morning honorable. In fact, Honorable Ken is the chosen candidate for Ghanaians. God bless him. Okay, also OTA interview no Antie Kusaka ewo Kuku Hills. Yeah, that's abroad say Anope wo hwe Honorable Ken all the way he was the Osu Clotic yesterday. He should feel a strong person to oust Zenato Rollins, please. Okay. And the Agusaka ona wo momo odwen ye si kwanum na say kodu akira and ye be hunu ne no so be free mu aba. Mohammed ewo akwetia, he says Dr. Baumia considered defeat too early. That is the reason why we are having all these run elections. Mohammed ewo akwetia na or the way by upon my memory adenta eneme koye
Nyankopon
constituency in terms of elections here.
Nyankopon
Yeah, chance the last election and we some more we name our can.
Yes.
I think it was
one vote, yeah.
Okay.
One vote difference.
And what me the one year. This time around no e bia abeka
bebre binia mova say elections ya de bia de bia me ka say encyclopedia candidates ni mu no sometimes ya na account takra. Now her election year 2024 na Yura Mahmoud Baumia, he was an established candidate which we all know say to me a eternity na anoshi and I'm so ma share adenta say almost executive of 17 no only one person pen away inside and yet the no crowd there na SIU to the extent that executive na angasa na leading the campaign and a form for no yes you are to say no baby I the campaign no you did 2 minute fan say the first side on ma enko boa party no yes say my kai I was the lead communicator and same bia e ko gina ho kai bia yanka say ntia party no ma me e ka no kura kire omanfo no say pen e wo form pen e yetete nya yehu candidate ni me gina ho no say the mamu bam ya kwa yen twa ebedie no ebe broso
a free say to aba no we mu a mo gina sa brand 2023 me frame mo say mo ye prophets because prophet e wo krom ha predictions and
predictions no
but you people were able to tell
yes
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia kwa e be report some of us na nigidie na ye den me na mo hu
me am na me die ni mu a me campaign no me a businessman obi oni me wadenta politics me ni say me ye ka adwuma na me me tu kwan me ko fa ne ma in 2022 in a space of 6 months na me sika am be 2 kwan nyina ahye just because of dollar fluctuation and business ade ba ko hu pa wo mu ne say wo kwa ko fa ne ma na 2 cedis no akwa ko tuaka no ato ne ma no na ade ne ma na bedu na ba ya 2 cedis na dollar ne ye no akwa ko do 5 cedis. You'll be forced to sell your own at the rate of 2 cedis because we are watching say me buy a ton of price now baby a dollar na rakujina na ni man be bring market and for a ton me fancy be a 5 cedis what do you mean guys oh because of $1 na jump 2 times it you know the 2 times in the count na beto ento o de be si one ma obi anto so you'll be forced to sell and at the end of the day we ton so a let us say obi sika na akojina de akwakofa ne ma no e siri no de ma o akwakofa ne ma no o de aba over the ton rate in the depreciate to that extent. You have to change the dollar to it and make the difference in the yes. So when you buy also no. And adeba kwa who say Chrome Hanum no or my team no. A come here say ade bia use o man bia ye kra. Ade ma Honorable Kennedy concept or the back room Hanum na be boy en bebre no. Say sha say manufacture na ma for yen ho. Na da bia yen $100 nkonko pe bibi e ma meton a ne ton ye ne fa ye me wa in cities ne ton ya de in cities a e be boy o kwa bebre so because enipa dodo na okuru manum no almost best 85% de omunya adwadifo and the nurse fo nyina kra ne ma China otin fie no aye order and na doctor fo nyina doctors nyina ye kra ne ma obi o ye teacher ote won mo say bibia ka ho so odo nsaka adwadi a odo nsaka nipa nyina and na say adwadifo no ma so didi ma omunya binye no ye me nua no mo tin grass no opo bi afre na oni obi obefre me no obefre me so odo nsaka adwadifo ade de a odo nsaka bibia so when it comes to dollar fluctuation is an name no what they say NDC buy NDC ye bibia different o bibia say apart from dollar stabilizer no bibia say but Ghana for bom sem pra NDC e dey ntia because of dollar na di ntiama eni pa ho adedu on kakra enama Ghana fo nyina ehunu se mahama ye magic binti no wonya bibi kran bank yensa obi mkratim bi na kaze yensa ama ne tete na ye constitution ye wono ye mfa yensa nkoka asombi a yenya no ne nkofa ha bebremre
enti dollar cedi no enema ohunu
ye be hunu sa se pebebi a niema keka kodu na nipa o na bi ensi kasem tutu anim ene ye de ne baba be bi MPP anim no se de sa nipa ne kwa ye nya asem bi anka nkire Ghana fo sanse Ghana fo hunu se ye de ne ba no ye Messiah
o me soma me baby a yigina sese sa nipa kro no anso ebinim sa stella no yen san fa no
me dem minim campaign a MPP pese kokoye ene minim asem e koka nkire Ghana fo sanse se economic Messiah e bo ni di no Messiah e baby odi ko di ewi afi ne economy no ntimi nka ho asem bi afi ni be di digitalization one asem na no work.
Are you saying say Ghana economy no any bibia ye bia gina dollar cedi so
yes o ma yetimi obi kwa timi kran so ba beton Ghana ensu a ye kwa ye nua no di garam say ye tugu mu say ni me ye kra bi ba beton bibia come as a toothpick ready yes ngwa no ye kra fra buche ba Ghana so bibia fasika sem tutu ye bia ba ye basa e mo mafo no lusu gidie wo
nyabotre ma me Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia apart from dollar cedi and eno na ye bibia Ghana for di hunu
menua die man Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ba MPP na me MPP man san obem enso man vice president ya mama bi ye man running mate man be ye vice president ya mama bi and say na ye nyina ye wo gidie tsunku bi wo ni mu ya me ate ase ni pasunku bi a wo ye when it comes to sikasem ntoto ye ye nim se so obedi so de a America ske ye be ne se form edumwe bi kwa ma doctor kan se wa chi sika ndia kwa kwose friends cells unlock the key na koma IGP so fanto ana ensi opoma yes enso ko wi achie no na dollar na broke jail ye hwe no baby ayi hu no se no free o manu na enso ye be se de ye person ye nia wo finance minister sa de ne bai ene bia sa akwan bia no se sa fa so ko hwe no dia ye don't be nim e bia fe na ye ba me anchire mu fufuro so the side nipa na ono na ne da se sikasem tutuye ni nyina ano ene ye ni koduru baby koduru ye de ka yen kese mu fa kese e kan MPP fo because they be have guys them say kuma se ye hwedi pa mu ye business pa kese ogoma no ma obenye mu MPP
ma me ntia asem ya se ansa na me ba fodwo ho no wono mo a omo agiu na asem ne se words were said by about President Akufo-Addo
okay
oh and kuwi and nsem ye kan nsem bebre won ho that is the argument omo ye and so still ano utimi ba bedi mampani
okay
so we President Akufo-Addo and nsem an ye kan fa no ho na de beto to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia
okay
nsem an ye kan fa no ho difference na ye de
man ye hu ni say President Akufo-Addo was not enye vice president
okay
on holding Ghana sikasem da ansana oba be pe mampanyini edi ba Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de baby anu gina as a Ghana vice president no he was the head of economic management team
ana e bibia nso akoye sikasem
ye bibia na se kroma we ase ya TV bia ye sika o mini
yeah
ora mo ken o kaso kan se mbo sika de ye no bia mpebi ye bibia akoye sikasem so na oda sikasem no na ye sikasem to go do extender e ma MPP ni kura mpa o no business go foot to the extent that se me kwa akwato aba man this ye na baby e to aba me nsi ho kura meja montoma de to extender ye ya gi to mu se MPP for na anto aba no and the question is say let assume say bibia simple near the ballot box as I see one near say Sadi Pana didn't do any coin. Yet no one John Dramani Mahama as a bejina and I say the powerful putting the babejina a dear man and a bufu yeno assessor anti Nedye at the ballot box in the Sionoma
obeko akwakoto aba
the asesane say NDC for ehun afono Ghana for NDC for ho befono Ghana for
any omo na mfo ye because sikasa no ba na gina so ya candidate sa ntansani nyina no ye ntimi mfa mo no na Ghana for be say nya ne mugidie say sa papa we say ode na no ka asema ne o kan ene no ye onka ne china ibubo na obeka bi Honorable Ken Wokruma na sa no bi anim no intimidate me gidie pa people say MPP for ma sa akwanya na Ghana for beto abama
but I say kwajo phone you are home for you at the end ma those days young man I mean utie candidate Dr. Baumia digital the way na or the baby we are call a flexi I mean we hear young people are wa parade omo edinachi na we hear baby no ka credit score ene sa niema no obobo so e ho na wi ase no so na wi ase no eko e dey na ma we decide say no we ya no kwa ya nwene I want to follow Ken.
Okay, thanks before say ebe tina see this ankomo we fa who should represent the new patriotic party now. Sabio na we have seen Dr. Bamia from 2008 say na mini penny can say onokwa party mu jana sana oye den obana because I had to say the football teams here we nyina yi Sabio kotoko on a set of players yeah. The only reason we kotoko kwa out so for different player be the number no is something unique on who nipa no so ebia you say at this material moment ni here nipa bi say ya ebia per the current situation we mu no nensem ni nim de ne experiences no what the ba on board I remember party no I catch a certain category of people am here winning elections at that material moment na the woman from 2009 no ni here that kind of personality be or a theoretical person he understands some of the happenings in our economy and all these things no kwenda me ni what on kodo no yimika winning the 2016 elections Dr. Mamia was very instrumental in winning the elections plain and straightforward just like
it's that. All the lectures I know.
Oh yes.
It's true.
What yes here and manipa be nya gidi say baby a dollar ya titine na man na 4 point something that time ne who say bad why we say is bad because we have seen the dollar trading with the CD at par 1 CD $1 from President Kufuor. So if anything next year I could do 4.6 4.4 ne who say who be that now somebody has this understanding experience where you more Bank of Ghana or economic lecture all these things are then it gives Ghanaians the hopes oh this is a person and na sub you 2 million ne portfolio position and demand no na juma titi pa ne say dollar ne see the whole demand no there because he is going to become the head of the economic management team anything on finance and economics e fa mamuni nyina na naso ne sa de BC so Ghanaians believed it and at that time no so no you see MPP nipaku atobama MPP kese pa not to say anything but oh yeah about your two nyina akọ university campuses dia na MPP is winning elections e ho nyina it speaks enti no nensem no ka to ni ba pia akoma so and those people were able to carry out those information and for people to believe it enti yakọ about to nso nyina wie no you lose 2008 election they will lose 2012 elections 2016 now so I carry a message for almost 8 years from 2008 to 2016 Nana has not changed that message that I am going to give free education Nana buy and first day no first year na no for institute free education and you call your first term your call second term what a Jumanka said the man then vice president Zome we realized that from 2012 now John remind me of now dollar now I said epic and we always bashing the government especially Yabapo and Baby Komisata on the management of the economy because he felt that the vice president then was the head of the economic management team then during the Mohammed's administration and he said no ya decide ma krona be hye wonsa na sabiu ankoye based on one kasa we spend one sama waka no na sabiu ye who performance was even bad than the experience and he say bad now yours become the worst performance and then would me accuse Emisata on the management of the economy ye decide transfer krona ebowa you come and say so now we meet who accepts this. We don't go into an election with a candidate or a personality and
any position a very comfortable man no he goes to pick it say and the economic messiah no failure and then be a digital man and don't feel be a data man be a ideas man. So one person at every point in time be original or be comfortable and that's why he says no you charge no. But when you are picking a candidate for a presidential elections who for be an anonymous consistent
I didn't hear
then it oka sama
na sa de oka na sa na oti chese ni wo
yes
sa na oti ni wo
yes the tony person
consistency no ne sa da bia obi na no oka no sa na oti
Nanado a coalition 2 times but he never changed any of his campaign message consistently. This is what I want to do, this is what I believe I can do per my track, these are the things I can do. But yeah, the word human being shows I say economics now economics we economic lecture is in economics now in the economic aspect of the economy. What is human now all of a sudden what you say you don't even need to accuse me on this thing because I did not have a hand in all these things. Some you now GDS any people will question it. What I say, nipa be na doubt it. Unlike say na candidate and not because I didn't shift to be honorable Kennedy.
No, I'm just out shift here. Because 2023 no presidential primaries we
were campaigning for honorable Kennedy.
Yes. And sana prior the question is so we share sabre no maybe another Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and in terms of in some oka and baby we are young people now a person drive young people
for the 2024 election
for the 2024 no 2023 primary cinema
2020 yeah
primary cinema so hwe ne no ne ade a digital no ana no de but no nka economy na asem
yeah
and na mi bisa say de na wo hunu wa kiri a wo hunu say da bi pani se de ne ko election 2024 ne magana fo a obelu support.
Yeah, the new woman say, and when then I say down so a day human shows now what shift if you
okay
offer a that digitalization in the more phones this year HSG bisa chat GTP any all these AI apps now say what is the most trending technological advancement or issues in the world, they will give it to you. These are copy and paste ideas. These are uninnovative. Say these are things because the UK for air practice the delivery of certain near with drones near there. Now me copy the baha. I've not done anything different. Mobile money interoperability. They are practicing this elsewhere. Those are widely accepted and are well known elsewhere. So me the baha. It is nothing new. Because we create Juma, it is coming out of the person's own ingenuity. And say, why have we lived in this nation since independence? 60 years on, we are not getting certain class of leadership to actually implement the job creation agenda they do. Because they themselves, they have not done those things they are talking about. Yeah. It is so easy. Say you the UK Parliament discuss any UK politician discuss. Now because we copy the same thing about everything is in the hands of. You can easily copy all those things. We say country be a manufacturer and you may be in technological withdrawals near Nakasaba easily. What can digitalization near the Nebana? I was thinking, say, from the year 2023-2024, we have almost one whole year throughout. We could not set up a special vice president initiative for coding or something, so that people come to believe that, oh, okay, I didn't have a panic.
Yes.
Even so, vice president has powers. Yes. We should not talk as though the vice president does not have any power. Yes. The vice president, through his own ingenuity, can even secure funding to initiate coding or something technological. Dr. Bamianwe, in Kibenya, one of the ICT center, robotics center, that has been funded or vice president initiated. The president or PSI, all those things. It came. And they say, I'm passing the orca now. You have started an initiative then. Some say, no. You should have gone to put out a certain coding center. We say, a coding for 100 pay. The reason why we lost woefully in the northern regions is that there is nothing you can point out to say out of your candidate in the president, out of his own ingenuity. This is what he's preaching. So we realize that going into that elections, John Dramani Mahama as a candidate has started doing something. Says I am going to give 24-hour economy, one job, 3 shifts, 3 persons. That thing alone, I sit everywhere and I talk, say, 2024 elections in Ecuador, MPP we didn't have a campaign message.
No.
We didn't have it. The only thing I common about Tiana said, we are breaking the 8.
It's possible.
It is possible. These are not campaign messages. It is obedient Koko Kitinkiti. It may be Rene Abattoir. That should tell you how weak we didn't have a campaign message. Because it is nothing. Oko Drumankoma, Oko friend saying Tichimai, Oko Kentampo, Atibu, all those areas they are doing poultry farm. Oko all those places. It is because out of this poultry farm, I'm a man for about KJ the CCP. People were laughing about it. But other people felt no, this thing can work because we have seen people doing poultry farming.
A message resonating, connecting with the people of this country.
It is easy.
Dr. Baumia message baby and ordering number. Once was I can be also the abroad Ghana. The same message in an order basa or why or credit score one UK no more for any abrigan has we are Jumania on our media bridge. It
doesn't provide jobs.
E-system in card they two you so no money at the no
about the credit score but depending on how do you score the credit score?
The same at the corner or the boss or the bridge Ghana and one or person side the bar. Enti and go on kete any kube yede niama bebre and on the resonate and on the connect with the people of this country. One just a campaign and now then in Amsro I am the bridge Ghana. Next time we ambassador we and better face no. Enti obi de go on kete ba grase for no a won kro nkitu abu no
ade ba ko
ya nguko e na ni daso to aso minia
ade ba ko a de bia Asia ya beta adwene ho kakra pa ne se nanadu amemu obebu yen na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia vice president wo ade bia aban ne ye ya Ghana fo susu ni se aban na anye ni ye bia no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia yi ne ho firim se no onye president. But when it comes to digitalization, as my dear waka near across digitalization will be a buying any any course, but no take credit. But I did buying Yesu say we nan can say
now kwabo to me
was no we who free and my own yen qualify me ade ba ko a emma mem peda se me hu say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ADMPP.
Okay.
Okay. You are part of the team. Sem from so by jitum sem from so by no
can be.
Sika sem hyehyeye no.
What did baby akwahyehyeye man for boss the project what did keep us.
Yes. Sika sem hyehyeye by wona na oda no. Eno na wona na oda no anko yie no. Eno wo se me yemfa ho ntansa na ebo. Yemfa nkobo omampanyin na wo ye me.
Yawenya omampanyin kra. Said the one
so the must say finance minister.
The one ya win election there's some say Kennedy Agyapong. Was Kennedy Agyapong na be.
And yeah and sama honorable Ken ekaye from Ashasi and bepem na wi nyina. And say nyina bemba.
The best state program for 2022.
Then the because last time it is na metie ya na metie I think one of the sister stations and na obi ka say na say honorable Ken so na oye board chair ewo so the question I mean me take person the same because the muze di ban say honorable Ken no oye board chair ewo Ghana Gas mejitum but all that say from 2001 our board chair and the people say MPP ebe what is scandal be Ghana Gas 2021 sorry 2021 what is scandal be Ghana and I will self from so be Ghana because one Ghana Gas was one of the passenger companies that when it comes to an asset you omu ye degree edin my identity quality say obako or identity village Ghana Gas ye nyema degree one of government institution it will gina branding na yanti boni bia mfa wo musikasem ho yanti boni bia mfa wo madwuma yon Ghana Gas and so no obi a wo ye adwuma Ghana Gas edi nkoma since our honorable can be a board chair Ghana Gas or the culture of discipline about Ghana Gas and that tells you ni pakwa sa ni pano so bilia nya eko ebetre nyine mena metui ko dwa metui bi wo gidie pass nko bi say nipa obetimi de sesa sunku bi abaga na hanom honorable Ken say the caliber of nipa ye pe nipa ku aye wo kuru manum say no se ene odi amampanyinfo abanyina ebeto no kan te Ghana for say obu pointing baba ko munya abesa be di omo so a ko bi abe point Rollins not because of anything because of the charisma ko Ghana for who say be dia e wo sisi ano ye hia obi a ade na wo nya o ye na enya afi no de kwa akofo wachi aba be bo how are you dabi obeka che place ade we ya wo ye no enye sa na ye no se ni ye na ya kan to so ye de ko o de kwa ha ye de bra beju sani pa na Ghana for
ye nyina ya adwen se pese kwa abrochi men kase ye nyina nifa dodo no na obi so de abrochi le ba Ghana ade na mo
minia abrochi a wo de ba Ghana no de ye kwa abrochi akopɛ ye adwuma enya abrochi fenti no obi atu kwan so kwa kotena ho minim ko fo bra wo si abrochi ne no wo suma wo nya ya nko ba Ghana beto sa so ba Ghana de no be ko Dubai he ya ko he nantie ne mabawa obu dadan ba ku 6 elipa 8 this year yes we be say we have been to Dubai more than 10 times
okay
you go a very petition elu rema when I'm lying sa na ko no acha wato mpaso apart from that your best space nantie ne mabawa bi elipa be say 8 be at 12 one single room and ya bo bed no nti wo wi a wo da no e your bed na ade achi a besume so a wo sa usika wo ye no chebe me no de atua wo dan ka no nya bia da e de ntino beda sa ade wo abra wo Ghana obetumi nya na 2 bedroom safe for the million sin so container dem wo kwa ko pe bibi aye na wo nya bibi dia hwe ne dachi na wo nti abuchi a wo so de ko Ghana o de ba Ghana no enye Ghana no fe keke na Ghana for hwe ne fe ne ye de beji ho na ebom ekwa ebe fa so a ebe maye na djuma amayaye enna buchiri kwa aye koyi obi okwa buchiri bia anya ne fe okope ejuma na aye it is say wo ka kire me say wo dia buchiri e ba Ghana na buchiri a wo de ba Ghana no e ya buchiri na wo de ba na ba be yi na djuma afiri ho na ebom enya buchiri a de djuma be because when we are talking about digitalization no you know another side so a eteki ejuma be bre kura bukura afiri ni pansem dan say de ejuma be bre nipa ba obi so ka kire wo say wo ye delegate otuaba wo ye MPP ni MPP abako baako wo enya hwe MPP abako mi wo enya hwe wo godfather bi wo godmother bi on ne otufu aka kire wo say sa candidate we ye mpe no we bi oba na me menya bi mama wo bi obi ono so ka kire wo say enya de me ba ama obi enya bi ama obi na emom de me ba ama mo nyina mo nya bi aye na de nyina nya bi aye ne de wu nya ma mara besere wa no pa na wo wi awasa de bi matem de yen na mepe nia mi ankasa me so ya no pa me timi botuma ma yi bi sika enya afa na me ko gira me god ma da bi apona no o ka ten se ne me ba yare nya afa na me ko ka ten se ne me ma me afiri timi pesika ko ye yi de emom se friend se ne ya de ma me to hospital me de nsa ko mata so a me sika she botum san se me nya adwuma eye sani pe ku emi enu gina hono ma wana menya na me nkonkofa
me da se yo am Shadrack ma for joy wo hwe primary si said yes ku na wo hwe survey ahodo eba no na topic I discuss it to the enti am pese di san komo no nya delegate bia na nyame aya na doma ma ote system na se said ye mo te ase no the delegate bia na onim numbers no odu hono mo na adwen ye ya ntanta ha na wene no kro no na ni a kire ho obetwe say we need di kan we say 41% can crowd or 19% yes on there enko ye no ne sa be na ba no say na ho
okay sabi no asem na ye kwakoto aba I think say nipa kwakoto aba we there more than 210,000 people in this wo peke our sample size e dey any sabia and even the way a man sabi no about out in 10 says be a man eton you say emre ben and the nipa ninya and yet this survey authentic results you many the kroma ho and anya tro ne ye pukrum ha we realize that most of the surveys never people sit in the room and cook the figures and present it. People sit in their rooms, prepare it to see somebody based on a lot of factors. People who pay for surveys to be done in their favor to communicate for them. But say, sir, nipa conduct survey now on far randomly 10 radio stations in Accra. Sit on it, they be a phone lines too. just sit on the be phone lines to keke they resource beba share of me can't match you
cousin
I will say honorable Ken Adaklu Segi any other domain okay o kan hubuma almost 106,000 acres 30,000 56,000 acres and waje around this enclave sub you obi okoto aba yeah 116,000 hectares and you be they call this voter region areas you me say I want say today honorable Ken secures as in view so honorable Ken could jina sa the same place catch them say ahamoto abamako NDC I am bringing you job as a person. This is what I've done. I've secured the land from your chiefs documenting it. I'm bringing you jobs. This should tell MPP delegates say honorable Ken is a candidate even from places we don't win election because of the policies in Tino. He can win national election from these areas and we need the delegates now at the Kulune at the domino and now could money now yes the survey that is out there I can sit body and tell you that and we were figures person knows that these they are cooked figures because you can't tell me say we 1 week a survey for about 2,000 people and give us results. It is not true. What is your methodology? The person has 2,000 or some you delegates your campaign office even calling people in a day to just to thank as per delegates or mama meeting. You know, go to the call center and find out how many people they even able to call in a week. What you say? The power so they are turning to issues. And to some you delegates in the reality of what is happening prior to January elections in the say it is already out there. More from us and to form. Now more messages now, more candidates fighting in a president say be a delegate. Say me ko to Obama candidate A B C D one message and as your two primaries we meet him there ko bonta ko convince nipa. Na manya practical evidence. E dia to ho a convince nipa me ya toba. Ama me delegate say ma bamba po anya menya appointment be no menya party ni so aban so fa so directly. That is what you going in for. And your candidate said you it is not practical. Okay, I'm sorry, you do not tell me exactly what you're going to do. Honorable Ken is telling that even before say about co-primaries, you know, he has contacted today or that say about 15 billionaires and on they are the projects are working the domain way. It has been assigned to people who are ready to invest their money in these places, and these are the people who are urging on that. I say, you pursue the investment about Ghana, but we want you to become a president of Ghana so that you, as a business personality, businessman, you will be able to help us to protect our businesses. One of the most difficult things in Ghana is to start a business, finance it and sustain it because if I again businesses, the reason being that most of Nipa government businesses associated with entrepreneurship they don't have any entrepreneurial experience. They don't have it. Offer we to say spices company and I import spice cover Ghana. I am telling you, say, go through the right process. I will do seek over there or document back or FDA near their standard back. It will take you close to 3 months before
and you're ready.
And you're ready because the people they don't even understand it. They will even frustrate you. Or much you want papa. They think say we now open license and they're importing the market more Ghana hano. We no more to honor your papa because they don't understand business. How much interest rate is on loans for businesses startups? There's nothing like that. You are competing with foreigners. Awarding loan free the crew more 3%, 5%, 2%. Every production of Ghana have. Ubako bank you loan at the rate of 35% because banks any systems the government itself doesn't have any commitment for the businesses available. And you catch a delegate say surveys near the Namuna Bontino. It is not even 10% of what we are going to numbers they talk about in January. Now more share the results that came for the 2024 elections. Now more fan compare MPP performance in various elections. Now more say candidate in Ankasa the president kwa battle. You and yet we don't have the message to push the candidate. Yeah. The candidate himself does not have a message to push. And a candidate in Ankasa sell it will be used against him. Places all those places you sat on as a vice president, you could not deliver any of these promises. And one day Dr. Bob maybe General say once a mile there campaign a Ghana for him so economists and then you cannot stand on any platform to talk about the economy of this nation.
I can't say promise so I'm see us all down there.
Yes, there are other places, but your council about see KVIP crowd or a market center for saying Abublushi.
Yeah, Abublushi.
Some you
vice president I will promise
ube system you a Janabiama. You be pray who squeeze you at least when you about 5 years old. You could not deliver that promise. What I say, when we were going into election 2024, you were tagged as Baulaya. You went and spoke on e-levy, say it is not right for a government to tax e-levy. Your voice is all around. But your near tax e-levy, domestic debt exchange program, it was on your laps as a head of economic unity. We did not hear your voice on it. That is why come Honorable can say you lose your money in 2022. When said will be the government bonds near the other, all of a sudden because of bad economic management, you know, we will see whatever promise dividend will be done.
Conclude, mommy.
It will need to say the pan sub you and you don't buy some Santoma. They don't have any trust in you. You don't have any track record. No more cast of being it's a Ghana Nitiabo, another down Koku for the Dharma with free teachers, you know. People read. It took us a baby many people, you just have a credit while you are bravo mupe. Be sitting there. John Dramani Mahama as a president. What did he see on up in the pond? With no Maya, there is no way even JM can win election against Ken. On grounds, all the 60 regions are in Japan. He is targeting every region. I don't know. It would just say, no more one or the region. For the first time, we are bringing you a great ministry. I'm a ministry number Mabuano, Ashanti region. Yeah, the housing. Yeah, the area. Housing and trade, you know what do you think? Because we are decentralizing the government for the people of Ghana. This is one great kind of a campaign promise and a campaign message across the length because people feel say so then this na you better cocoa our western regions and the Ashanti region near basic cocoa headquarters SC Greater Accra region near my scholarship will be an bank or be an empha has so cocoa from that man but the western region for who said cocoa board or my head office our western region that's what percent scholar for money body just that every facing question they be proud because a month free one more benefiting. We should try to descend and as I say Ghana Hano, they are very afrafra to the standard. Everybody wants to have a fair share of the national cake. Go and see how deplorable the 5 northern regions are. So I will talk and we tell that John Dramani government say so why you be in this time I'm